Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft update video. Today's snapshot is 16W04A and this is the update that fixed boats and this is the snapshot that fixed the update that fixed boats. That's not my joke, I read that on Reddit, and thought it was quite amusing. So boats have been fixed in this one and they have seriously rounded up all the problems with boats, and in this snapshot just made tons of changes and fixes, which is really cool. There's also a new chest sound as well. Thought I'd mention that. That might not actually be from this snapshot, but of course we're here to talk about boats, and there is a new way to drive the boats, or drive to control them, to move them around in the water. They'll also break lily pads, and as far as I can tell, they are not going to get broken by the lily pads. But we're going to go into F5 mode because I feel like the field of view is just a little bit low down here. And you're going to see that we are whizzing through here very quickly. Boats feel a lot faster, they're much easier to control, and that's because they've done away with the pressing A and D buttons at the same time to control it. If you remember, you have to sort of tap them like this to move forward. Well, now that doesn't work at all. What you do is you hold down one or the other to turn, and forward to whiz forward really fast. You can also go backwards as well, which doesn't have an animation with the oars. And I've also read that squids won't get picked up by boats anymore. That could potentially be true, but that's something that I want to test. As you know, I record these videos, I learn a few things, I go learn a few more, and there's takes and stuff. And you can see that this boat is really zippy. It is ever so cool, and that's a little bit nauseating. So let's head back over here. It looks like the mobs that were there at the beginning despawned. If you saw it, I don't know. There was an enderman and a blaze in the boats, and they won't get wet when inside the boat, which means that they're not going to take damage from the water. As well as that, zombies will now be able to be set on fire because they've got rid of like the water inside the boat, so to speak. So let's remove these blocks. Let's jump on here, put him in the water. The water's not going to put this guy out, because there's no water in the boat, which is something that we had before. So for that reason, where they've corrected the visual error, it also means that zombies are not in water, so they get set on fire by the sunlight, and blazes and endermen won't be hurt by the water, which is pretty cool. So another thing to mention is that the boats are going to try and drop you off on land. So if we jump off here, well, it did it a moment ago. Maybe that boat got nudged somewhere. If we reverse back so we're closer to the land and then we press shift, it should try and drop us off on the land. And of course I'm recording a video, it's not going to do that now. There you go, it dropped us off over there. Was it because we were facing that direction? That might be so, actually. If we face that way, it drops us off. If we face this way, it doesn't. It appears to actually just drop us off where we're facing. So I read that it drops you off on the nearest bit of land, but it just seems to be where you're facing. Let's try that again. So we can't face, well, we can face the chest and it puts us on top of the chest. There you go. We learnt that live, which is pretty cool. So here's an interesting one. I read that they fixed an issue of horses being inside the boat and their hitbox being bigger than the boat, so you couldn't interact with it. Well, it would appear that horses just don't get in boats anymore, which is an interesting decision. There's another creature here that can't get in the boat as well, and that is the squid. Do you know what? I kind of liked that. I thought that was just one of those Minecraft quirks that give it a little bit of charm and can be an ongoing joke that when you're going around in your boat, you pick up squids. But now they've just changed it so squids don't get into boats, which is a little bit unfortunate in my opinion. Another thing to mention about the boat, it's always going to face the way that you place it, and this is true of placing it with dispensers as well. These were just things that didn't quite happen before, and they've gone through and fixed them. And the other thing to mention is that some of the smaller animals in the game would drown inside boats. So we've got a couple of cave spiders here. This includes like silverfish, endermites and baby animals. Just because they're smaller in their position, they would have drowned in the water, but now they're going to be absolutely fine. And one last thing to mention as well is that you can't see the player's legs through the front of the boat anymore, which is how they looked before. They've now adjusted it so the player's legs are inside the boat. Oh no, it's raining! Oh, no one likes the rain in Minecraft, but the rain has been overhauled a little bit. It's now got a new sound effect, apparently. I say apparently because I haven't heard it rain in a long, long time. I always have my sound turned all the way down for weather, so let's turn it up and give a quick listen to the rain. Yes, there you go. Kind of sounds like real rain, doesn't it? So yeah, the rain's been updated, or at least the rain sound. And another thing to mention, there's been this crazy bug where if you have a boat on a slime block and you leave it there for long enough, you put down, or you power the piston, and it will go flying up into the air like ridiculous distances. Just one of those crazy bugs that has been patched, and now I think it actually still goes pretty high up, but that's definitely a lot more reasonable. And last of all, a couple of things to talk about from last week's snapshot, which I didn't cover because there was so little to talk about. The mob cages have been tweaked again. Now the Enderman is very small and dinky inside of there. The Witch also is a little bit smaller, so they don't clip outside the hitbox of the mob cage. However, the ghast remains the same and its legs still dangle from below. Now, if you remember the week before last, there was some issues with the knockback effect. All of that has been corrected, and snowballs are correctly not supposed to actually apply knockback. So you can see there that it hits the cow, and if we punch it, it's now going to get pushed back in the correct direction. So all of those strange bugs that appeared have been fixed, and that's it from me, this Minecraft snapshot video. Do hope you have enjoyed it, and right now I would encourage you to go and check out a scrap mechanic video that I put out earlier today. I made a hovering ship that you can fly around. It's absolutely amazing. And the scrap mechanic stuff has been really interesting. If you haven't seen this game, go check out the videos that I've linked to you on the screen and in the description box. But anyway, that's going to be it from me, this snapshot video. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.